It's a dream chased by thousands of expats, setting up new lives in Europe.
It couldn't be any different than Scotland.
I feel like I've just been born.
There's great weather and property is amazing value.
Something like this in the UK would be well out of our reach.
But nothing in life is for free.
Look at that swimming pool.
Yeah,
wow.
it's way too much money.
So to pay their way, enterprising expats are aiming high.
That was amazing.
And going into business.
Oh, you've done brilliantly.
On this series, we're with a new group of Brits.
Why can't we just have opened a flower shop?
Setting sail and serving up in Spain.
Always happy customers here.
Running fishing lodges and B&Bs in France.
Oh, the door's not on.
But will business boom? Or go bust?
We are quite literally dead in the water.
And will these new expats find happiness in the sun?
So proud of you and what you're setting out to do.
On today's show, a big booking for an expat-run guest house in France.
Today is D-Day.
It is now 1 o'clock. Are we ready? Are we, Harry?
Can these new hoteliers handle the pressure?
Oh, Richard, oh, I'm going to get in trouble.
Put the things for the door handle down on the bedclothes, and we now have a dirty mark.
As a new restaurant nears opening, it's time to choose the menu.
So if you want to start yours, it's like ready, steady, cook this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will these rookie restaurant owners taste success or failure?
The worst thing you can have is a restaurant where the people that own it do not know anything about food.
And a British-run boat charter in the Med hits a rough patch.
There is a slight rattle developed on the engine, which could be something very, very serious, which would mean a new engine. That would be about a 25 grand down the drain that we haven't got.
Andalusia, southern Spain. It's a popular spot for cyclists with dramatic mountain roads to ride and a haven for water sports enthusiasts with hundreds of beaches to enjoy. And of course, there's another draw for the hundreds of thousands of expats who live here.
My favourite thing is weather. At least it's not minus 40 like in Canada last year at times. You know, and I'll take that any day of the week. You know, it is nice waking up in the morning. Like Robin said though, you do feel like you're on holiday every day.
Scottish Craig Hyatt and girlfriend Robin have swapped Toronto for the popular resort of Calahonda, where they're planning to open a high-end tapas and wine bar.
It's going to be good. It's getting exciting now because we're almost there. But they had a few little mishaps the past few days.
Since collecting the keys 4 weeks ago, they've unearthed a series of botched jobs, delaying progress and stretching their finances. Putting things right has cost more than they expected and delayed the bar's opening. Fortunately, with help from expat builder Steve, they're now moving in the right direction.
That looks better.
Oh yeah, it's clean, it's easier.
So we're on that a little bit. Some white paint on there, it'd be perfect.
And what about that, just paint that as well?
Yeah.
And then if we ever want into it, just screw it, right?
Yeah. Perfect, yeah. I think he might just run a little bit late, but hopefully he gets opened on time. It's, we shall see.
With builder Steve busy with repairs, Craig can turn his attention to another crucial aspect of this new venture, choosing the menu. An area he knows very little about. Fortunately, Craig can count on Dad Steve and stepmum Alison, who run their own restaurant here in Spain.
Then we're going to do now some grilled asparagus. So we've got a piece of white and 2 green. And we're going to grill it in a little serrano ham.
Craig's not really been involved in food production before. I mean, he's been front of house, but he's never been involved in the actual kitchen management. The worst thing you can have is a restaurant where the people that own it do not know anything about food.
Down at their restaurant, Steve shows Craig how he could be more creative with the tapas dishes he's planning to serve.
I mean, Spanish tapas are really lovely. That's just meatballs stuck in a bowl and stuck down, and I don't know, it just tastes nice, but it just doesn't look great. But a little bit more effort, and you've got really nice tapas. Really, really good stuff. What makes these better? The quality of the produce, and and the presentation. That's what makes it better.
I remember the mango salsa, God, from the 90s when I was a kid. They used to do it, and it was so fresh, delicious, the bright colours in it.
For Craig's new tapas menu, Chef Steve is trying an innovative take on Scotch eggs, which he's decided to make using quail's eggs.
This is a tomato concasse. It's just tomatoes and onions with herbs, and you reduce it so it comes down like a stew.
But Robin and Craig aren't Steve's only pupils. They've brought along German chef Yves. If things work out today, they're hoping to make him part of the team.
We're looking at employing a chef too, so Yves here, coming along, seeing what kind of thing we're looking at doing, and he's going to learn a few things from my dad as well, so we'll see how that goes. Got to make sure we're a fit for both of us.
Yves has spent the last few years catering for the British Army and is keen to make a new life in Spain. But can he make a good impression today?
This is what you're looking to do, right? Something different, what you used to do? Yeah.
The world's your oyster, it really is, you know, and you can develop everything.
Tapas is something that I haven't really done before, so I'm quite excited about that, and obviously we're going to be doing some different tapas, not the box standard that you get in every other tapas bar.
Yves may be looking carefully at Steve's work, but expert chef Steve is also observing his pupil.
My dad's in there quizzing him right now. Obviously he's interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people over the years, and I'm sure he'll be judging his character right now.
So if you want to start yours.
Yeah.
It's like ready, steady, cook this, isn't it?
Yeah.
After an extensive test, it's good news for Yves. He's back as a full-time chef.
Can't wait to get ready and get open and get cooking. This time we're just tidying everything up, just making sure that everything is ready and clean.
Yves might be keen to start cooking, but front of house, Craig and Robin are struggling to get the place ready.
They didn't deliver the chairs. They haven't...
No chairs, no plates.
Half the plates didn't arrive, more than half. Only one plate arrived. One bowl arrived.
We're missing majority of everything.
I'm a bit worried sometimes because he hasn't even ordered his wine yet, and he thinks he'll be able to just do it tomorrow, but you can't. You've got to get it organised, and the people that supply you the wine, especially specialist wines, have got to get that organised themselves.
With a week to go before the planned opening, will Craig and Robin be ready on time? France, with its ancient traditions, relaxed lifestyle and wholesome produce. This country tops the charts for life expectancy and early retirement, so it's no wonder it attracts plenty of British expats. Among them are Richard Brown and Eileen Draper, who've swapped their old lives in Cheshire to run a 15-bedroom, 19-acre gîte complex near the town of Amay.
This is the lifestyle to which I've sort of aspired, really, I think.
Calm.
If you contrast this to our old life, you'd be behind the counter of the shop.
Making bacon butties.
Making bacon butties.
By the thousand.
And I've been corporate life, probably grabbing a quick bite at the desk and not having a rest at all.
Following 10 years of dating, they've finally moved in together, and what a way to test their relationship. After hosting some surprise B&B guests 2 weeks ago...
Thank you for a lovely evening last night. It's very...
Oh, really enjoyed it, thank you.
Richard and Eileen are now preparing to welcome their first big booking, a party of 16.
So the main gîte has got 5 bedrooms, and then the little atelier would normally just sleep 2. But the grandparents would like to look after the small children for the parents sleeping in the large gîte. So grandparents are in here with 4 small children. So they're going to be cosy.
The party will be arriving in 48 hours, and Richard and Eileen aren't exactly brimming with confidence.
Party of 16 French people. Are we ready for it? Well, we're panicking now because there's still a lot to do.
I've lost count now. What job number's that?
So the next 48 hours is all about going through the gîtes and finishing off the last sort of 5%.
Yeah, putting pictures up, toilet
Pictures
roll
up,
holders.
toilet roll holders.
With lots of work to do, the next 24 hours will be crucial. Workaway Richard Norris is repaving the entrance to the main gîte, as ex-finance director Richard doesn't know where to start with this job.
Don't stand on it now, will you?
What do you think about that one?
Well, it were all right until you started jumping on it.
Don't stand on that one, will you? One of my greatest fears about coming to a place of this size was perhaps my DIY skills. My practical skills were perhaps not quite up to scratch. I have renovated houses in the UK.
No, you haven't.
No. Let me finish.
Okay.
So I've renovated houses by using other people to renovate them for me.
As Richard starts installing new door handles...
See you later.
It looks like he's off to a good start.
We're working. Sound. That's that one done. Oh, Richard, oh, I'm going to get in trouble.
Oh, it was going so well. He's marked the duvet that Eileen's only just washed.
Put the things for the door handle down on the bedclothes, and we now have a dirty mark.
Fortunately, Eileen is on hand to clean up after Richard. As they prepare to welcome their French guests, Richard and Eileen have one last job to do, brush up on their language skills.
So what are you going to say to them when they get here tomorrow?
Bonjour. Bienvenue, bienvenue, bienvenue à la Colombie.
Nous ne parlons pas le français.
Nous ne parlons pas français très bien.
Don't speak French very well.
Can Richard and Eileen rise to the occasion and impress their upcoming guests?
Oh, it's not bad. Should we have a cup of tea?
What a very good idea.
Denia on the Costa Blanca. Famous for its rugged landscape, hidden coves, secluded beaches and crystal clear waters. The rich and varied sea life here makes this an ideal spot for snorkelers. After giving up their job managing warehouses in London, Matt and Karen Blair have chosen this beautiful location for their new charter boat company.
Hello, White Coast Charters. It was a dream Matt had always had. And of course, if you love somebody, then their dream becomes your dream. But for me as well, it's just a fantastic way of life. Also, Matt's not very good with paperwork, so I tend to look after all the accounting side of things and the admin side of things.
You just told the whole world, Karen. That was a secret.
Matt and Karen's first season had started well with regular trips out on the Med.
You could imagine it as like being towed through the water by a dolphin or something, and that's the sort of feeling it gives you a bit of a rush that you're moving through the water faster than you could ever swim.
But right now, they are stranded. They received an email from the port authorities asking them to stop trading immediately.
We didn't know if, for example, the director had authorised it or whether it was a marinero who was just a bit unhappy or whether someone had complained. So we still don't know.
This is a massive headache for Matt and Karen. With bookings coming up, they stand to lose vital business. They've asked to meet the director of the marina to try and resolve the issue.
So we've now got to go into a meeting with the director of this place. And my limited Spanish has got to get us through a very important meeting.
Fingers crossed.
An hour and a half later, and it looks like there is a verdict.
We have a resolution.
We have a resolution, even though we have permission to run a charter boat here. The problem is we're too close to the bigger charter companies and they've kicked up a fuss. Even though there's no livery on our boat, there's no marketing on our boat, nobody knows it's a charter boat because we do all of our bookings privately through the internet. So the solution is they will allow us to operate, but we have to move to a different pantalan, a bit less conspicuous, a bit further out of sight. So we're back in business, albeit on a slightly smaller visual scale, but that's fine, that suits us. At least we can go to work now.
By simply switching their boarding point to a more discreet jetty means Matt and Karen can honour the upcoming bookings and get back to business.
Really, really relieved. So we thought we were going in there today and they were just going to say, absolutely no way, you have to stop operating as a charter boat. And this now gives us the opportunity. We can still operate, we can still run the charter business.
With the green light to carry on, the couple check out their boat's new home.
43, 41,
That's us.
39.
This is Blue Dolphin's new home.
Well, it's not so bad.
No.
We've got bars, people can meet there, and go for a drink afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah, this is all right. This will work.
Normal business shall be resumed shortly.
It will.
But just when one issue has been sorted, there's another problem that could scupper the business. Engine trouble.
I'm a bit concerned because there is a slight rattle developed on the engine, which could be something very, very serious, which would mean a new engine. That would be under 25 grand down the drain that we haven't got. We'll just have to fix it somehow.
With the summer season in full swing, could a dodgy engine sink Matt and Karen's fledgling business?
We wouldn't have the money to cover it, so we'd either have to find some financing or think of something else. So we really are keeping everything crossed.
That it's not serious.
That it isn't serious.
In Calahonda, it's a big day for Craig Hyatt and girlfriend Robin. Their restaurant's new sign has finally arrived.
Definitely the best sign on the street.
Definitely. Everyone's going to stop on the strip.
Now you're official. You know you've got to open at 3
We
today.
really have.
The sign might be ready, but Craig and Robin aren't. And a series of problems over the next few days means the grand opening's delayed.
Yeah, there's a lot of touching up that needs to be done, I think.
There's also a niggle to solve in the kitchen.
We have no regulator on our cooker, so the gas is just going straight in. So there's nothing regulating, and the flames are like 2 feet high. Too dangerous to work with, so without that, we can't really cook much.
They want to open, they're too afraid of opening.
Not at all, actually. Not at all, actually. I want to do it properly. There's no, what's wrong with that? Put your best foot forward, right off the bat.
Leave Mr. and Mrs. stressed to it.
Robin and Craig have now been without an income for 3 months.
I think now I'm just numb. Be nice to open, I suppose. We need to start owning money. Yeah, owning money. Yeah, I don't own any right now.
And it seems like their year-old relationship has been tested during these last few days.
I mean, we had a bit of a bicker yesterday, maybe it was good, but it's kind of discouraging because we should be getting along and laughing and having a good time with it, right? We made this decision, right? Just makes you think, like, are you going to be happy when it's all done, right? Hope so, I think so. If you don't enjoy it, then why are we doing it?
With the niggles eventually ironed out, they're almost ready to open. But before they do, they're having a dry run.
Yeah, we got some people coming over tonight. Just people that have helped us a little, just passing hors d'oeuvres. No, meal, just our choice of wine. We're only doing a rosé, a white, and a red. Our choice, and Eve's choice of food as well, what he wants to put out.
6 p.m. and the doors open on Craig and Robin's first ever business venture.
Vacation is over, officially.
The guinea pigs are quick to highlight potential problems when it comes to the vino.
Small measures of it. That's my son as well. Look after his dad, wouldn't you?
There you go. Service that?
But at least everyone's impressed with the tapas.
Compliments to the chef.
Absolutely delicious. I'm looking forward to seeing the full menu. Very nice. We'll be regulars. It's in our local area, we'll be regulars.
And even the trickiest customers are happy.
The food's delicious.
and there's attention to detail. It's beautifully presented, and you've got a nice mixture of traditional style and modern, which is good.
As long as he doesn't do better than his dad, it's fine.
Despite a bumpy ride, the rehearsal night has been a success. But will things go as smoothly when they open to paying customers? In Denia, southeast Spain, the beach is a hive of activity. Every summer, 150,000 tourists choose this part of the Costa Blanca for their holidays, which offers charter boat owners Matt and Karen Blair plenty of opportunities to make money. But their livelihood relies heavily on their boat, the Blue Dolphin, which is stuck in the boatyard.
Well, this is not where we want the boat to be in the middle of July. With bookings coming in a boatyard, taking the gearbox off.
As Matt feared, there is a problem with the engine.
I've got to remove this whole lower section here, pull it apart, take the broken bits out and put some not broken bits in. And then put it all back together and get it going. Because we've got bookings tomorrow afternoon.
At this stage, Matt doesn't know to what extent the engine is damaged.
Frustration, really. Took so long to get everything set up. And then we're up and running. We've got bookings coming in. We're getting great feedback. I think, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing what we said we were going to do. And then it's like the rug's pulled from under your feet.
Having taken the gearbox apart, Matt has finally found the cause of the engine fault.
Here you can see the problem. This main drive gear and the teeth are smashed off it. So that's what we've got to replace, is these cogs. It's coming right up to our busiest time now. And that's like 2 or 3 grand a week out the window.
The new parts have to be specially ordered from abroad. They will cost almost €2,000 and might take over 2 weeks to arrive. Which, on top of losing much needed trade, is terrible news for Matt and Karen's business.
So now I've got to get the credit card out, much to the distress of the financial director. Karen is surprisingly calm about it all, but I'm sure there's underlying distress at the fact that we're in the middle of July and the gearbox is in bits on the shelf, on the floor here, and not on the back of the boat with customers on board making money. Because we've just got to get it fixed, get it back on the water and get back out there.
And there's a special urgency for Matt to complete the repairs.
Money stops coming in and we can't go to work. It's bad.
Will Matt and Karen overcome yet another setback to save their season? The Dordogne. And at Eileen Draper and Richard Brown's Gite complex, they're anticipating the arrival of their first ever big group booking.
Today is D-Day.
It is now 1 o'clock. Are we ready? Are we, Harry? They're probably on their way now on the motorway. 16 French people on their way, expecting a wonderful holiday. And guess what? They're gonna get a wonderful holiday.
As they prepare to welcome this large party, there is one concern. None of the guests speak much English, and Richard and Eileen's French is not quite there yet.
Feeling a bit nervous. Mainly because I don't speak French very well. Language barrier does worry me.
To help smooth the communication, the couple have enlisted the help of an interpreter who'll be on hand to help when the guests arrive.
We have Paul, who's a linguist, on contract for 12 months. I think it's about 110 hours over the 12-month period he'll help for us, and it's €3,000. And actually, I'm sure he's saved us more than €3,000 already.
But Paul's not here yet, and the first guests have turned up. Good luck, guys. Or rather, bonne chance.
Je vous aide? Oh non, merci, ça va aller.
Madame Rossinol, who booked the week-long holiday, and her son have turned up earlier than anticipated. But interpreter Paul is not due for another hour.
It's a bit of a curveball that's been thrown to us, so we'll have to muddle along in franglais till Paul comes, till we can sort of explain. Maybe some of our other family will talk English, a little bit of English. I don't know.
Nous avons
a ramp.
Oui. L'arbre avec des fleurs.
Oui.
Est-ce que c'est un catalpa?
Je ne sais pas.
Monsieur Brune non plus.
Non. Le Indian bean tree.
Oui.
I struggled a little bit, but we were okay. We understood each other, and she was saying that it's beautiful. She loves the countryside, and it's beautiful here, and she was glad there's some shade because it's going to be very hot this week. Le commune.
Oui. Oui, d'accord.
Lundi, mardi, mercredi.
Ah oui.
The French guests are all smiles, but Paul the interpreter can't come a minute too soon.
We've waited a long time for this. It's been a long time in coming, and here it is. Wow, we're here. Scary. Scary, with a capital S.
With the rest of the family turning up.
She speaks English. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bienvenue à la Colombier.
Merci.
Finally, interpreter Paul arrives too.
So c'est mon ami, Monsieur Muxlow, qui parle français. Très bien.
Bonjour madame, c'est un plaisir. Enchanté.
Bonjour,
Enchanté madame, enchanté. Voilà.
Il est le cavalry. Le cavalry.
It's time for the guests to explore Richard and Eileen's sheets.
Bien accueilli et 5 chambres.
And she's got 5 bedrooms, she said, so she's really happy.
At the end of their inspection, the guests have chosen their bedrooms and have some feedback for Richard and Eileen.
She is sure that they will be delighted with what they find here, and she says in particular that Richard and Eileen have welcomed them in such a manner that it makes them feel very, very at ease, and they're thoroughly looking forward to spending their week here.
It seems Richard and Eileen's efforts have paid off.
I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely cream cracker, but cheers. Well
Cheers.
done, you.
Well done, you. Should be proud. Proud,
Who'd have
proud,
thought?
proud.
Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought this time last year, that this time this year, we'd be welcoming 16 Français?
It's smiles all round, but will the party of 16 still feel the same way at the end of their week-long stay?
Cheers.
Well done today.
Yeah, well done, you too.
Honda on the Costa del Sol. At Craig Hyatt and girlfriend Robin's restaurant, it's opening day, 2 weeks later than expected.
What do you want to do? Why don't I write down the prices?
Get the menus done first. Get the menus done first.
Okay.
Please.
In 4 hours' time, they'll start serving the public.
It's right there somewhere.
But clearly the locals can't wait. The menus aren't even printed yet and the first paying customers wander in.
Your first time, or you come every year?
This is the fourth time in a row.
Yeah.
There's a lovely table in the shade there under the brolly. Just nice for you. I'll put some cushions on for you.
Thank you.
Oh, cute.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, their first customers are served. But is Craig happy? He doesn't look it.
I'm sorry, are you upset with me? I know, neither do I, but they were here and they're lovely people. I should have been here earlier. A lot of dumb little decisions. I should have done this last night.
In the midst of all this, another customer arrives.
Want to see your collection?
Most
what would you
certainly.
recommend?
And do you like how you like your...
Oh, it should be Spanish.
Okay, you want to stay Spanish.
Yeah.
A printed wine list would have been very handy here.
Are these priced?
I haven't priced them yet. I can most definitely give you a price. I'm working on that.
Robin attempts to find the price of the wine while Craig keeps the customer talking.
And you open today? Or?
Yeah, we're open shortly, a couple hours. Yeah, we're going to be...
What time do you close today?
About midnight.
Midnight? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Good, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good, see you later then.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
He's gone without buying, but Builder Steve spotted more potential customers.
There's 2 more coming in, Craig.
I don't know what's going on all of a sudden. People are coming. I don't
I
know.
know, but we can just say we're not open until 6 o'clock or something.
What?
There's no menu. We don't even know if the printer works yet.
With still no menus printed and more customers coming, perfectionist Craig's made the decision to turn any new arrivals away until they're ready.
Sorry for being an ass, but we don't even have price lists done. Nothing.
And it's down to Robin to break the bad news to the clients.
Okay, sorted. I'm sorry, Craig. It's naturally, I just want to serve people. I want to take care of them.
But we're not ready.
I know.
We're doing exactly what we told my dad and we didn't want to do.
I know. They were nice though, and they're so pleased to sit out there.
After a delayed opening, they need all the custom they can get. With more and more locals at the door, they need to get sorted and fast.
Are you open now? Not at the moment. We've just had a couple of technical difficulties, so we're running a little bit behind.
That's all right.
We want to be fully prepared.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for stopping by.
Another customer turned away. Craig's going home to get changed, and Robin gets straight on writing up those menus.
I better have this done before he gets back. Maybe he'll be in a better mood when he comes back.
A refreshed Craig has returned, and they're finally officially open for business.
I am ready to serve. Changed. Hopefully someone comes in the door.
And the pair are ready just in the nick of time.
Hello, señorita. Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Dad Steve and wife Alison are here for drinks with two of their friends.
Hello, friends.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hello, John. Nice to meet you. Oh, sorry. Oh, jeez. My first day. Stop it, Craig.
First day.
He's giving me the look. It's the napkins. I was going to give you a napkin. I decided against it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Craig.
I know, good luck.
Happy in your business?
Good luck. We're now officially open.
But there's news to lift Craig's spirits. 2 more customers have arrived and they want food.
First order, Eve. Small, I'll just put S beside everything, S or L, right? So small prawn and chorizo, small slider, so we'll just do 2 and then 3 for large, I think.
Yeah.
Remember, we can fire it all out, whatever's ready, right?
Yeah.
Bit of bread on that too, eh?
And with more food ordered, it seems the guests are enjoying what's on offer.
Oh, the food was delicious. It was really nice.
Oh, it was good. Really good.
There was a lot to beat at the Blue Marlin.
The food is good. So it's got the right chef. Everything seems to be happening, so we're happy.
So after all the early mishaps, Craig and Robin are finally hitting the right notes.
It feels good. It's a strange feeling, though. I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. Is the problem. Tomorrow will be better, I think.
Who's this wine for? Is that what they ordered?
He told me to pick. I picked. Is it closing time yet?
In Denia, southern Spain, it's early August and there's finally good news for charter boat owners Matt and Karen Blair.
Marina Denia. This is Blue Dolphin, over.
Yes, this is Marina de Denia, I copy.
Hola, buenos días, Marina Denia. ¿Se puede gasolina, por favor?
Sí, avisamos al marinero.
Muy bien, gracias, adiós.
They're back in the water quicker than expected. Matt found a spare gearbox which allows their broken engine to work.
It's extremely convenient, and that's one of the reasons why we felt happy about going into this business, because we knew that Matt could put his hand to any problems that occurred with the engine.
There's only one downside to the temporary repair. The new engine is guzzling way more fuel.
343 euros to fill it up. The gearbox parts we've put in are a slightly higher ratio, which means the engine is revving a bit higher, acceleration's up, top end's down, fuel consumption's up, not good.
At least, though, they can be back on the water ferrying their customers. It's time to make up for the 600 euros they've lost out on by having to cancel 3 trips.
Not a bad life, is it?
This is the life.
The season's now in full swing, and this evening they've set sail on one of their favourite charters, a sunset cruise.
We come out of Denia Marina. We come down here, we blast down here along the beach with the sun ahead of us, and then we turn around and we moor up and watch the sun go down whilst we're enjoying cava, beer, a few drinks, good chat, sometimes a bit of music if people want music. It's a really nice, relaxing, lovely end to the day.
Joining them on the trip are husband and wife Duke and Julie.
If Karen done it wrong and we shot off at 50 miles an hour, it'd be so funny.
But before the sun sets, Matt and Karen are keen to give this couple a taste of their most popular water sport gizmo, the Subwing, which allows passengers to be towed underwater, creating a dolphin-like experience.
We don't know anyone else who's doing it at the moment. It's possible, but we haven't heard of anyone else who's actually doing this on the northern Costa Blanca at the moment. And it's quickly becoming our most popular toy because anyone can do it. It's really easy and it's brilliant fun. You just make like a dolphin under the water.
Make like a dolphin.
Make like a dolphin.
Looks fun. Challenge, something new, but it looks fun. And they've explained it to me and they say it's not difficult, so we'll give it a blast. What's the worst that can happen?
Hang on, Simon's disclaimer form.
Yeah.
While Duke is keen to give it a whirl, wife Julie is less certain.
I'm worried about going under and will I be all right coming back up? It's just a coordination with me, I think. Are you prepared?
I don't know. If I twist that one left, I'll go left. Yeah. Twist that one right, I'll go right. That's right.
Remember, I love you, darling.
The insurance isn't up to date.
Working.
Wow! Yeah, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's exactly the reaction that everybody has when they first subwing. And they can just do it straight away. There's no like, oh God, I can't do it. Because you can, you just point it where you want to go.
I'm just thinking, am I going to do it or not? I'll see. I'm thinking about the money I might spend if he doesn't come back.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Really good.
With Julie happy staying put on the boat, it's time to slowly cruise back to shore as the sun sets.
Right now, it's times like this when it's all worth it. You know, the long hot days, and it is a lot of hard work. There's a lot of cleaning, there's a lot of preparing, a lot of paperwork, and a lot of stress setting it all up in the first place. But times like this, yeah, this is why we're doing it, isn't it? So we can come out here, the sun's going down, no shirt on, it's warm, subwinging. Nice.
The couple are really back in business, but need more days like this to ensure they end the season on a high. The Dordogne. At La Colombière Gîtes, a large group of French guests are nearing the end of their week-long self-catering stay, whilst its owners, Richard and Eileen, have been joined by visiting daughter Stephanie.
This is our first picnic.
Together with workaway Richard Norris, they've walked to the banks of the Dordogne River for lunch, and it's the first time Stephanie experiences her parents' new life.
It's very special to be sat here in the sunshine with Stephanie.
We certainly wouldn't have thought
Having our picnic. Yeah, we wouldn't have thought it probably even this time last year, would we? No.
Being able to relax outdoors on their lunch break was one of Richard and Eileen's dreams, and it looks like it's coming true.
It's been brilliant. Afternoon in the sun has been absolutely marvellous. And this is why we moved to France, wasn't it, really?
It was.
To do this.
The next day, and it's back to work with a bang for Richard and Eileen.
Well, I've got a list here for Richard and Stephanie, so they know how to start off this morning. Strip beds as they go around, bring the towels out, and they've got a blue bag for the bed linen and a blue bag for the towels.
Today, the family of 16 French guests are ready to check out.
I'm going to get confused if there's two blue bags. I won't know which blue bag to put them in.
After working so hard to get their business up and running, Eileen and Richard are hoping for some good feedback.
So yeah, the next couple of hours will be hopefully, will be quite revealing and positive. What you want is positive critiquing is basically what you want. That's what we're looking for. You know, human nature is people will say, you know, yes, it's been a lovely place, but then actually go away and think, God, I'm not going back to that place again. So they won't actually tell you. But if you
approach it in the
if
right
you approach
way.
it in the right way and say, you know, hope you enjoyed it, you know, is there any sort of hints, tips?
To make sure nothing gets lost in translation, the couple have once again called on the services of interpreter Paul to pass on the guests' thoughts.
Overall, fantastic. Had a very nice week. She said the house, everything lovely, even the bedding, very good.
C'est toutes les petites attentions qui sont super.
Right, and she
C'est
says
vraiment bien.
they really don't find that in the other places they've rented. They've not found that,
Yes.
and they say
Wow.
that's really much appreciated.
But it turns out there was one petit problème.
Les beds, c'est en quoi?
Scolopendre.
Scolopendre.
Ouais. C'est un peu long comme ça, il y a plein de pattes et 2 grandes antennes.
Oh, it's the centipedes.
Really? Il y a pas
Centipedes or
d'antenne.
millipedes.
Non, il y a pas d'antenne.
Loads of them.
Just last night, there were some uninvited guests in one of the rooms.
Ah, les petites bêtes partout.
They had a lot of problems with insects in the
Oh.
bedrooms at the back there, where the children were sleeping. They were in the beams. And,
Et dans-
no.
C'est
She's
pas
saying
grave.
it wasn't a problem, but she said she wanted feedback.
As the group leaves, it's reflection time for Richard and Eileen.
Apparently it was centipedes and millipedes all over the walls last night in that bottom room. They're probably only there for one nap.
Well, they've probably just
They've come out
basically they've
together.
just come out. They said it was only one night.
Yeah.
They've been in there several nights, so it could be that they've just hatched and come out.
Yeah.
But what you want to do is possibly put a treatment on the wall. Go to
Spray them.
Tridom or Bricolage and just ask if there's any treatment that you can just so the stone doesn't encourage any more of it to happen again. They've left things beautifully.
Yeah, beautifully clean and tidy. Yeah.
And I mean the feedback is all really very positive.
So a good start, but they need to sort that minor insect issue before the arrival of their next guests. Can Richard and Eileen put things right? Next time, challenging times for Craig and Robin's restaurant.
Discouraging when you have 2 restaurants on either side of you that are just so busy.
As they spend big to turn their fortunes around.
You're going to be talking about 500 and something for supply and then fitting. Not cheap.
No, I just think it'll look better.
Richard and Eileen prepare to welcome a full house.
She's like the conductor of an orchestra.
But will the facilities let them down?
On the stairs and on the left, it smelled a little not good. The bathroom, the toilets.
And a couple falls in love with inland Spain.
I walked in here and I said, this is absolutely going to be my house.
But are their renovation dreams a bit too ambitious?
I think it'll be finished for mid-June.
No, it's got to be finished.
A new life in Europe. A dream chased by thousands.
I don't really think you can better it.
It's just amazing living in Spain. With sunny days and a great way of life, it's easy to see why. But this doesn't come for free.
To come up with that money out of thin air is quite difficult.
So to fund this life,
Oh my God.
expats are setting sail
He's out. He's gone.
and setting up businesses.
There's mushrooms growing on the wall.
Okay.
On this new series, we follow a fresh group of expats.
Every day's like this at the minute, it's just non-stop.
Run, run, run.
Launching paragliding and restaurants in Spain.
I think there's a future in this for us.
B&Bs and villas in France.
Look at that, like a Ferrari toilet.
But will it be profitable?
There was a lot of happy people here.
Or simply painful?
I want a piece of Spain, not a piece of
Chernobyl.
And can the new expats really make their new life in the sun pay?
Job well done.
I'm so happy.
On today's show, challenging times for a British-run restaurant in Spain.
Discouraging when you have two restaurants on either side of you that are just so busy.
As its owners spend big to turn their fortunes around.
You're going to be talking about 500 and something for supply and then fitting. Not cheap.
No, I just think it'll look better.
This large French B&B prepares to welcome a houseful.
She's like the conductor of an orchestra at the minute. The captain of the ship.
But will the facilities let them down?
On the stairs and on the left, it smelled a little not good. The bathroom, the toilets.
And a couple falls in love with inland Spain.
I walked in here and I said, this is absolutely going to be my house.
But are their renovation dreams a bit too ambitious?
This ain't gonna be finished for mid-June.
No, it's got to be finished.
The Costa del Sol, a prime destination for expats looking to start a new life. Here, stunning properties are located just minutes away from the Mediterranean coast at very affordable prices.
Here we have a 3-bedroom penthouse apartment, really nice swimming pools, tropical gardens. On the lower level you'll find 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, the kitchen, utility room, and upstairs you have the master suite, private balcony with panoramic sea views and ensuite bathroom. The price is 209,000 euros.
This area of Spain also has more golf courses per capita than anywhere else in Europe.
Oh, pulled it.
These attractions have drawn Craig Hyatt and his girlfriend Robin to seek a new life here. They've swapped Toronto in Canada for running a restaurant in the town of Calahonda.
You learn to relax here. Like, it's so nice living here. Like, it was the right decision, wasn't it, for us just now? Wasn't it?
I think so.
To come here.
Seemed right.
Craig and Robin's opening night at their new restaurant made them a good profit.
Oh, the food was delicious. It was really nice.
Oh, it was good, really good.
But that was followed by a tough 7 days with hardly any customers coming in.
The one day we were really down. We took 28 euros. Like, we were really, really down, the 3 of us that day. I didn't even bother doing the till. I just put the till. I didn't even bother doing it. I just left it open for the next day. Just one of those nights, isn't it?
It's discouraging when you have two restaurants on either side of you that are just so busy, so busy. So that's a bit of a hard thing.
But Craig thinks he knows one reason why diners prefer the restaurants next door. They offer sun shelters.
2 metres is here.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Craig's called on expat builder Steve to quote for a new canopy.
Oh, we could go 250, but it's going to be coming lower and lower and lower.
I'd rather have done properly.
You're going to be talking about 500 and something for supply and then fitting. Not cheap.
No, I just think it'll look better.
Not cheap. Black.
I think it's worth it. When you go by, you can see it. It sticks out.
As well as investing in the business, ex-hotel food and beverage director Craig has introduced new offers to attract customers.
And we started a feature menu, which is there's 8 tapas on it, and you pick 4 and you get 2 glasses of house wine with it as well for 15 euros.
The same night,
the mussels are quite fantastic. You could go on to something and have like the cheese. Very nice with this wine.
The first signs are encouraging.
See, all it took was one person to sit there. Then everyone came in.
The place is busy.
We got another table? 2 guys just walked in. That's the Swedish lot. I think they're Swedish that were in the other night. They spent a lot of money last time.
So Chef Yves has his hands full now.
We'll use that one next. Yeah?
Meatballs, yeah, ready to go.
The plan is to get Eve a helper. Someone that can do the dishes and like do like the bits and pieces that I do, like the cold stuff, and like I plate up some of the plates for him, and then all he has to do is drop the hot food on it. That's the plan. It's just it's too inconsistent right now. I can't really afford to hire another body.
Without that extra pair of hands, is the kitchen still producing the top-notch food Craig set out to serve?
It's excellent value, superb food.
They've paid attention to detail and we like their kind of food.
And very good quality wine.
They're very welcoming as well, aren't they? Very welcoming.
We hope to eat here again this week because it's so value for money.
Cheers.
As darkness falls, business continues to be brisk.
It's a very busy night. I'm melting. In the best of ways, though. This is what we wanted, and I want it to be like this every night, but unless I get it perfect outside, then it won't be like this. People won't come back. But I'm trying my best.
But Craig and Robin need many more nights like this to make the place a going concern. How will the rest of the season pan out? The Dordogne. This is one of the greenest regions in France. With miles of lush countryside, it's a very popular choice for many British expats. Near the town of Aimé, former finance director Richard Brown and his partner Eileen Draper
We'll have our own field of sunflowers next year.
That'd be nice.
have bought this 15-bedroom gîte complex and are getting used to their new life in France.
And round every corner, there is heritage, there's a beautiful village. There's a cafe, there's French life, there's a village fete. Round every corner that was going on, wasn't it? I thought, that would be a very, very pleasant life to go and lead.
They've just said goodbye to their latest set of guests, but they need to sort out a problem they have reported.
Les petites bêtes partout.
They had a lot of problems with insects in the bedrooms at the back there, where the children were sleeping. They were in the beams.
Richard and Eileen monitored the room, but haven't seen any centipedes since. And they're confident they're free of insects, in time for the next French guests.
It's a beautiful place, with a lot of space, it's quiet. I think we'll spend 3 very good days.
And student Greg and 3 of his friends from England.
We're down here for a long weekend, effectively. It's a friend's wedding. But yeah, we're just making the most of it, really. It's like a little mini holiday.
But their time's nearly up. For both sets of guests, it's checkout day, and Richard and Eileen have got another huge challenge ahead of them.
Our first big changeover. So the French family that are in there at the moment hopefully will check out. Then we've got to get it ready for the 18 guests that will arrive this afternoon. So it's just about cleaning bathrooms, changing beds and just sorting the gîte out.
It's another big booking, and it'll be a race against time to finish. Fortunately, Richard's daughter Steph is still here to help.
Would you just iron me a single sheet and pillowcase?
And his eldest daughter Sophie and her husband arrived this morning.
So I've got 2 daughters, a son-in-law, myself and Eileen, and maybe Rich the workaway may get stuck in as well. So it will certainly take a bit of the stress off.
So warm in here.
Perfect. But a host of helpers doesn't solve every problem.
We are a sheet short that's on the line. So hopefully the sunshine will be all right.
No, frantic. More frantic than like the first week. You've got like a very short period of time to get it done and you know, done to the standard that you want it in.
Fortunately, Eileen has taken charge of organising the changeover schedule.
She's like the conductor of an orchestra at the minute, the captain of the ship. So just do the final few sweep-ups now, then we're done.
Everyone's worked hard, got it all done. It's good.
But before their new guests arrive, Richard and Eileen need to say their goodbyes and get feedback from their current set of guests.
Bonjour.
How are you doing? Bonjour.
Very well. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good.
Brilliant.
So have you enjoyed your stay?
Yeah, loved it. We're definitely going to come back next year. I think we're going to make an annual thing, really. It's just been just what we're looking for, a great relaxing long weekend.
But it turns out that there is a problem with one of the rooms.
It was in the room, on the stairs, and on the left.
Yeah.
It smelled a little.
Oh, okay.
Not good. I think
Okay.
it's the bathroom,
toilet,
the
okay.
toilets. They
In that
say
room.
that there is a little smell.
Okay.
I think it's for Septic.
Maybe.
Maybe. It will be.
This is not good news. The wastewater at La Colombière isn't connected to the mains, and it rests in a septic tank, or fosse septique in French. And it's producing some very unpleasant aromas.
Oh yes, we're going to have to get some stuff down the fosse, I think. Sometimes just from the fosse you just get you know, the backwash, the smell in the fosse. I mean, it does happen when you got fosse septiques.
With new guests almost upon them, Richard needs a quick fix.
It's just a matter, you know, you buy granules that help the organic stuff. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do when you've got a fosse septique. Where's the granules? Are they in our house?
Yes, they're on. Well, they usually are.
Right, okay.
But it seems like the smell hasn't brought bad reviews.
I'm going to write something very good for Hélène. Yes. Very good time.
Okay,
cheers, take care, thank you, and thanks. Cheers, bye.
And they're ready just in time for their big booking. Will the rest of the summer bring any more problems for Richard and Eileen?
Well done, sweetheart. Well done, you. Yeah, well done, you.
The town of Dénia in Spain's Costa Blanca. With its 20 kilometres of coastline, it boasts spectacularly clear waters and a rich and varied marine life. The sun shines around 325 days every year. And it's here that Matt Blair and his wife Karen have chosen to relocate to run a new charter boat company.
The whole way of life is just more laid back.
Back in the UK, I used to get up in the dark to go to work. I used to come home in the dark. Here, get up in the light. You might go to bed after sunset, but it's still nice and warm.
Their boat engine gave up on them recently, and Matt managed to repair it.
Got the gearbox stripped down, and so we managed to get it turned around in 3 days and back in the water.
But as he's still waiting for the correct spare parts, the boat is guzzling a lot more fuel than usual.
Yeah, this should be nice. It's better than the other side of the harbour, isn't it?
Nevertheless, Matt and Karen are keen to make the most of what's left of summer season. Regular customer Jeremy and his South American girlfriend Daniela have requested a special water sports trip.
Just been out on the water, getting away from civilization. It's nice, just forget about everything and enjoy yourself.
First up, Matt and Karen have scheduled in some wakeboarding in an open stretch of water just outside the port.
The aim is to actually get up out of the water and stay on top of the water. And some people make it look really easy.
First to try is commercial diver Jeremy.
Well, Jeremy, I'm already going to put you on a shorter line so that you can play with the wake.
Put it on a longer line.
You'll be fine.
This is only the second time in his life that Jeremy's tried wakeboarding, and the last time was a while ago. But it looks like he's a natural.
Súper bien, súper bien.
Well, second time in a long time. Too long.
He is just super good at everything.
Oh, it's brilliant fun. It's lovely just surfing on the water. Skating on the water, rather.
But now instructor Matt's got his work cut out with Jeremy's girlfriend Daniela.
The board will be in the water in front of you. Como este. All right?
Not only has she never wakeboarded before in her life, but there's also a bit of a language barrier.
Now the board wants to be like that.
Encogido, vale.
Yeah.
¿Y stand up?
Not really, more like this.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Así.
Yeah, so you're kind of floating around like this.
Okay.
Time to see if Matt's Spanglish lessons paid off.
Hopefully she can pick it up from a bit of the skills from snowboarding. But I know Matt says it's very different, but hopefully there's a bit of something there. So just remember, when you do get up, say keep your knees strong.
Okay. Vamos a ver, a empezar de nuevo. Here we go.
Oh dear, it seems like Matt's instructions are still getting lost in translation.
¿Cómo fue?
Guay, pero tragué agua.
Will it be third time lucky for Daniela?
Yeah, first timer, she's up. It's brilliant.
Is that a bit of a that's my girl feeling, Jeremy?
Finally, a good run for Matt and Karen's latest customer.
Espérame. Sí, se Yes, he's very good water sports teacher, particularly wakeboarding, which is where he's got most experience. Hey, amazing!
Another successful trip for Matt and Karen, even though their profits are being affected by their fuel-guzzling engine.
We figure about 30 to 40% more than the old gearbox. So it makes quite a big difference, obviously, because all our bookings include fuel. It all comes out of any profit we might be making.
Yep, the parts are still on order for the gearbox. And I'm sure they'll arrive one day. And when they do, we'll be back in the workshop, gearbox apart, put all the right cogs in, and then hopefully use a bit less fuel.
The takings may have been affected for Matt and Karen, but not their customers' enjoyment. At the end of the trip, Jeremy and Daniela are beaming.
Oh, fantastic day out on the water. Can't think of anything better to do while you're on holiday than a bit of wakeboarding and playing in the water.
Today we enjoy a lot. We may exercise. We have great day.
Brilliant holiday. Brilliant.
With the end of the season now looming, can Matt and Karen make up for their thirsty engine with more profitable bookings? Jaén province in southern Spain, the gateway to Andalusia. Its inland traditional villages boast some of the cheapest properties available in the country. It has the largest proportion of national parks and some remarkable Renaissance architecture. It's the perfect location for those looking for artistic inspiration.
Hey, buenos dias!
Such as Lottie and Pete Nevin, also known as Pedro, who moved here 2 years ago.
Oh, fantastico, gracias. You ring up people you know in England, they go, oh, it's raining again, it's foggy. Then they go, look at that blue sky behind you. And you go, yeah, oh yeah. So
It's horrible, we rather take it for granted.
Yeah.
Artists Lottie and Pete moved to the small village of Las Pilas de Fuentesoto after years spent teaching art.
We looked at Portugal, which is a beautiful country, and then someone said, well, have you looked at inland Spain? We ended up here in a little village that made us welcome from the minute we arrived.
Yeah.
After a recce trip on her own, Lottie decided to spend £38,000 on buying this 3-bedroom country house. A similar property in the UK would have cost you at least 3 times as much.
So I rang Pete up and I said, I've just bought us a house.
And I was so busy working, I went, yeah, go on.
What I didn't tell Pedro
They didn't
was
have a back door.
No kitchen, no back door, no bathroom, no water, no hot water, and that basically it was a shell.
Over the course of the last 2 years, Lottie and Pete completely renovated their property using reclaimed second-hand materials.
Our budget was tiny. We actually had about £40,000. But actually, I love old things. I like improving things. I walked in here and I said, this is absolutely going to be my house.
But now Lottie and Pete have a new project on the go that they hope will earn them some money. They decided to cash in their pension and buy this derelict townhouse in nearby Alcalá la Real, which they want to turn into a B&B, providing art classes as well as accommodation.
Hey, hola.
Hola.
Buena.
Hola.
Hey,
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
Bien.
Yeah? Well, there were steps
I'm
there
actually getting
originally.
backache thinking about getting in here.
But you're going to have the boiler in there, you're going to have the washing equipment.
But I'm going to be using that washing machine an awful lot.
Yeah, so even if you've got steps, there's going to be a lot of...
This is not This is not an architect designed home, is it?
Lottie had the vision more than I did. I I could just see money
I
going.
did actually. I did have the vision.
I could just see money going out of the door.
I was actually a little bit disappointed in him because he didn't have the same vision as me. And normally we both have the same vision, but for once I was on my own. This apparently is where they put the pigs and they'd slaughtered them and cut them up.
And sold them.
And salted them.
Artist Lottie hopes to turn this into a commercially viable property while safeguarding its traditional quirks.
Keeping this rustic feel, that's coming out.
What does rustic mean? You know, badly made.
No, rustic means exactly like this.
Okay. So you don't get these in non-rustic.
Oh, no.
But tiptoeing around the original features means that the build has been moving at a sluggish pace. It's late April, and with their first guest due in July, the pressure is on.
So basically we've now got 8 weeks and 5 days to finish this project.
You've got all the electrics to go in, all the plumbing to go in, and the heating.
Patio, the garden design.
Lottie is confident that they will hit their completion date target of mid-June, but Pete, not so much.
Lottie, this ain't going to be finished for mid-June.
No, it's got to be finished. It's got to be finished because we've got people coming in July.
I know, but
we've got
there's
guests.
a lot of
We've
work.
got guests paying good money coming in July,
work.
so we have to have this finished.
Yeah, I know, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of plumbing.
Bring it on. Come on, we're going to
But
do
you're
it.
optimistic.
We're going to
I'm a
get
little
this
bit
show
more
on the
sanguine
road.
about it. I think it's going to take a bit longer.
With lots to do and very little time, will Pete and Lottie manage to host their first paying guests in their new property? The town of Aimé in the French Dordogne. It's now July and an incredibly busy time for Richard Draper and Eileen Brown and their gîte complex La Colombière.
We've got 18 in the big sheet, and then we've got another 8 arriving later on in the week. I just feel stressed because the house is a tip because we've had people here continually for the past 3 weeks, so it takes a bit of keeping on top of as well as all the gîtes. I'd like to get everywhere clean and tidy. Whether we achieve it, I don't know.
Following some feedback about a foul-smelling loo from their previous guests, Richard has been fighting against a stinky septic tank. But it seems the problem is finally sorted.
We spent a very enjoyable trip in the Dordogne. The house is beautiful. We enjoy the swimming pool and the outside area. Eileen is very nice.
What about Richard?
Thanks a lot.
But right in the middle of the season, Richard and Eileen are about to receive 3 more important visitors.
Later on this afternoon, Richard's mum and 2 sisters are coming.
There's a few hours before her ladyship arrives. I mean, that's the first time she's seen it. So nobody's failed to be wowed yet.
But after vowing 40 years ago that she'd never come to France, Richard's mum Helen, who's 84, promises to be a particularly tricky customer.
I think she fell out with the French when they banned our lamb.
So she boycotted all French food, so she won't eat Golden Delicious. I'm sure she's probably had the odd glass of wine every now and again.
Finally, with her son making a new life in France, she's relented and reluctantly agreed to visit Richard.
This is Richard's car, I think.
Hello, sweetheart.
Helen looks pleased to see her family, but not the locals.
Are you all right?
I am now after my awful experience at that airport.
Why was it? Why? What happened?
They pushed her through on her own and abandoned me all on my own. And I didn't know nobody, and it was so frightening. I just burst into tears.
Oh.
She had this French person in alarm lock. Let me through.
Whoops. So Helen wasn't a fan of Bergerac Airport. Let's hope she will like her son's new home at least.
Cheers. 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 Welcome to La Colombière.
Where am I going now?
We're going for a swim.
Oh, she's lovely.
There you go. There's the pool.
Helen's not exactly a Francophile, but after seeing La Colombière, it sounds like she might be changing her mind.
It's absolutely gorgeous and can't blame him coming here, can you? Absolutely beautiful. I think they've done the best thing he could have done, definitely.
And after imposing a 40-year-long ban on family holidays to France, there's another emotional reason for Helen's trip.
I'm going to sort of scatter my dad's ashes. My dad sort of, he was quite a linguist actually, but never really pursued his dream. My mother refused to come to France, so my dad never got to France.
Well, we refused to have our lands.
The family have chosen a pretty spot in Richard and Eileen's 19 acres of land for his father's final resting place.
Now, don't forget the wind's blowing that way, so don't chuck it that way, else you get a mouthful. You'll get a mouthful of Dad. Who wants handful?
Yeah, pots.
There you go. I've got no words to say other than you would have loved it here, and welcome to France.
Bye, darling.
There we go.
He always wanted to
He always wanted to come to France, and now you're here. Au revoir and à bientôt. Well, hopefully not too à bientôt. You know, I'd have loved my dad to have come out here.
Well, we all would, wouldn't we?
You know, he really would have loved it. He would have loved to come to France. His mother wouldn't let him come to France, but he would have loved to have come to France. So he's here now. So he's in his own little bit of France. So yeah, special moment.
And Helen's finally won over with Richard's move to France.
I didn't want him to leave, and that's the gospel truth. But now I've seen this and seen how happy they are, I am so glad he's brought it. I really am.
Well, think about it, see, any of the family can come any time, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, Mama, I'm glad you've come, and welcome to France.
Thank you, dear.
I've always... Mother. Even though I'm 57 and you're 84, you're still my mother.
Jaén province in southern Spain. The area of Alcalá la Real has become the new home of husband and wife Pete and Lottie Nevin.
It's fantastic. Today's the sun is shining. It's glorious. And, you know, you can count on tomorrow being sunny.
Alongside their art lessons and painting, Lottie and Pete have embarked on a massive project this summer, transforming a medieval townhouse into a bed and breakfast, where they hope to run art classes as well as hosting guests.
It's más grande, yeah?
But 6 months into their renovations, and just 8 weeks before their planned opening, they've received some very bad news. The house's main staircase collapsed overnight, bringing down a portion of the ceiling.
I heard my phone go ping and there was a message from Pete and there were some photos. And he said, "What did you think about the collapsed stairs?" And I said, "What?"
It would have been a bit of a surprise, really, wasn't it? Because they both collapsed. It wasn't just the one downstairs, but the one leading to the room at the top.
Simultaneous collapse.
Yeah. Kiko, es problema aquí structure.
Ah! It looks like some kind of straw or sort of hamster belly, doesn't it?
Lottie and Pete had been trying to preserve the quirky original features of the house, but it turns out that much of it was built using just rubble and straw.
When they build these houses, because they're poor, they're built with rocks and mud. This staircase was really not held up by anything because it's just rubble. It's built out of rubble. We'd always talked about a new staircase, but we didn't think it was going to be so dramatic.
Lottie and Pete had budgeted €125,000 altogether, their entire pension pot, but the collapsed staircase means an extra €2,000, money they don't really have.
We did budget for a new stairs, but what we didn't budget for was to deconstruct. So we was going to build on what was there.
They might have lost a staircase and a large chunk of cash, but fortunately they haven't lost their sense of humour.
Does my bum look big in this?
Fast.
With the help of builder Kiko, Pete hopes to design a staircase which will look similar to the original whilst being structurally sound.
Mucho, sí. Es posible pequeña, más.
At least if it's a deep step, people are aware of it, and you can say, please be careful of this step.
Sí, sí. Okay. Okay. Perfecto. Good.
Pet seems to do okay with his Spanish, doesn't he, with Kiko? It's amazing, just a few words, but I hope he understands.
We're trying to tread a line between, yes, keeping the cost down so we can afford it, and B, keeping it as traditional looking as possible.
Artist Lottie had designed a tiled staircase for her new B&B, but will they be able to afford it now?
When something like the staircase collapses, the biggest drawback for me is that I can't go on my sort of shopping sprees and go and get the things that I'm really dying to get, like
gold-plated taps.
Oh, rubbish. I'm not having any gold-plated taps, Pedro. But it kind of sets me back, sets my shopping spree back. But I guess these kind of inevitable things that happen on a build, you know, there's always the unexpected, isn't there?
With mounting costs and even less time to complete their work, will Lottie and Pete be ready for their first guests? The Costa del Sol, and in Cala Honda, it's been a time of change at Craig and Robin's newly opened Tapas restaurant cum wine shop.
That's lovely now, because that draft now, I mean, you can go out a bit further there, so you got these tables here and here.
You're right, so now we have 4 shaded tables plus the umbrella. People come to Spain to be in the sun, but then they want to be out of the sun.
The canopy cost Craig and Robin around €800, but they're hoping it will lure in more customers.
I think that looks really nice.
Looks really nice. Like, makes a huge difference.
It does, doesn't it?
And the couple now have smart new uniforms, courtesy of Robin's parents.
Her stepdad, Neil, that's their business at home, Sandra's and Neil's business. So they made us some T-shirts, so they had some ladies' fit golf shirts.
Business has continued to be hit and miss in the weeks since opening. Last night being a particularly bad one.
We had maybe 4 people come in, and that was a bit of a letdown. It's kind of discouraging.
Despite the ups and downs, Craig has once again decided to make an investment and hire a new member of staff, kitchen hand Saffron, who will help Chef Eve.
We're working pretty well together, so that's always a bonus. She starts at 7 till 11.
The brave decision to hire Saffron will cost Craig and Robin a couple of €100 a week, but they think it will allow them to concentrate on paying more attention to the customers.
Feels like we have more of a routine and a system and working out the kinks. And so I'm actually kind of happy that we're not super busy, because then we can perfect our service.
4 weeks later, and it looks like all of Craig's investments have paid off.
Of course.
The place is heaving.
We are very busy. Unexpectedly so. It's nice. It's full house on the terrace right now.
But there's an added challenge for Craig and Robin. His dad Steve and stepmom Alison, who run their own restaurant, are among tonight's customers.
Well, we're waiting for our friends to join us tonight, so we thought we'd come to Tapavino because they're not long open, and obviously we want to support the family.
We normally just finish at the end of the night, and then we pop in and have a drink at the end of the evening.
And we don't want him to feel as if we're like checking in every Monday. You know.
He thinks we criticise and if we come too often.
But Craig's not too pleased about having his award-winning chef dad among his customers on this busy night.
What's wrong?
Sitting there watching every move.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to say something.
Don't say anything, just stop it. We can handle this.
They already picked out where they would sit. We already knew, so they could watch the whole thing. We already knew. Like, it's so predictable.
Okay, well, we have to focus on this now. The prawn chorizo to table 7, please.
We don't suggest anything anymore. We just wait till he wants to know.
With Steve and Alison to serve, as well as a full terrace, can Craig and Robin keep their cool?
Welcome to Tapavina, my wee boy's place.
This is lovely.
This is lovely.
Robin, can you go and get those ladies drinks? Please, they're just waiting.
In the kitchen, Chef Eve gets to work on Steve and Alison's order of king prawns, ably assisted by Saffron. But will it please the pros?
So that was just out the head. That's where the flavour is. The most expensive prawns in Spain, the Spanish eat not for the meat, but for the flavours in the heads.
Beautiful.
They're happy so far, but Craig wants to make sure they stay that way.
Robin, what food is my dad and that waiting for?
Scotch egg, the Spanish egg, and I think that's it.
Okay.
At the end of the night, it looks like Craig and Robin's punters are happy.
It's just a lovely, relaxed atmosphere with food that's just that bit above a lot of the others.
We'll be back.
First time here, very nice. It's everything they put in front of me, which is a first for me. But we'll definitely come here again, definitely.
With all the other diners full of praise, as Steve and Alison's table receive their final dish.
These are Scotch eggs.
Spanish Scotch egg.
Pudding.
Are they equally impressed?
That's amazing.
It's lovely.
Lovely.
It's lovely. Oh, really nice.
Beautiful.
Really nice.
Really nice. Delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really proud of what we've achieved, haven't we? Yeah, both of them have done so well. They really have done so well in quite a short space of time.
And they will do well.
And with the ringing of the till still in his ears, Craig's a happy man.
The number of tables we did was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tables tonight. We've done as many tonight as almost the whole of last week.
But they're going to need many more nights like this to make up for the slow start of the year. In Denia on the Costa Blanca, Matt and Karen Blair's charter business is quietening down as the summer season comes to an end.
We're now in September, early September, so the main tourist season has now finished. So most of the bookings we're likely to get from now on are going to be from people who actually live here or who have got family out to visit.
Having spent €35,000 on setting up their company, it's now time for Matt and Karen to decide if their charter business is a viable one.
In the peak season, if you like, which would run us through from beginning of June to end of September, we would need to be averaging €1,900 a week in order to cover costs for the year. That hasn't quite happened this year, but we're really happy with the way things have gone, and they've gone better than we could possibly have hoped, really, for our first year.
We're probably at around, 65, 70%?
Yeah, I would say so.
Of where we wanted to be, which in reality is actually quite an achievement. It's quite good.
Bookings may have slowed down now, but Matt and Karen still regularly run their successful plastic patrol operation. Matt is setting sail on the 9th cleaning trip of the Med this season, and Expats Roy and Dean have joined him after reading his appeal on the Plastic Patrol social media page.
And so if you come backwards a little bit on your left. Very good. There's lots of volunteers, so lots of people put their names down.
There's a large inflatable thing over there. It's probably a fender, actually.
No, it's a balloon.
It's a balloon.
Matt and Karen have taken more than 30 volunteers on their cleaning trips this season, each of whom contributed to the cost of the fuel.
Right then, Dean, you're up. Good job.
As Matt motors along the coast,
Tin can. Oh, it's full of pebbles.
there's no shortage of litter to pick up from Matt and Karen's new office.
That's it. Very good. And on the other side. Since we started, it must be 30-odd bin bagfuls, big black bin bags.
That's a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Like individual pieces. That's
a lot of small stuff.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah. No, there's a plastic bag at the back of the cave. Good net, Roy.
Strips of plastic.
Through regular litter patrols, Matt and Karen hope to help preserve this area's natural beauty for when they return to work in summer.
So the heron in the background?
Oh yeah, over there.
It's well, it's more than a privilege to be able to come and just see this beautiful place on such a regular basis. It's great.
After cleaning up 5 miles of coast, it's time for Matt to turn back.
Well, guys, I think we're all plasticed out. I think we're going to have to head home and have a beer.
It's good, really enjoyed it. I love coming back. It's going so fast.
And it seems, as a result of today, Matt and Karen might have got themselves a new booking.
Well, we've got friends coming over from Australia. It'd be great to take a group out and just get Matt to take us into all the caves and to do some snorkeling and just have a lot of fun on the boat. I wasn't aware of his business until I did this, but now I've sort of been out with him, I would choose to use his services.
Great news for Karen and Matt. And there's more. Even though they haven't received the spare parts for the engine yet, Matt has been offered a job repairing engines in the boatyard, which will supplement the couple's income during the quiet winter months and set them up for the next summer season.
Plans for next year? Get a second boat. No. Plans for next year is to
Develop the business.
yeah, develop on what we've already done this year and keep doing it well and refine it and do it even better. Hopefully have a good season, get some more money behind us so that year 3 we can definitely get a second boat up and running.
And after spending the season taking out customers, it's time for the couple to enjoy their new life and all it has to offer.
When you get days like this, we can come out and enjoy the boat ourselves. How lucky we are to have all this around us. Fantastic.
Next time, 2 ice cream lovers start churning it out in France.
Vanilla, 8 vanilla. Trying to sell faster than he can make.
Going too fast.
8 caramel.
Sell.
But their new business faces an uphill struggle.
I've come to France to make delicious traditional ice cream with local ingredients.
Du Nutella.
And what do the children want? Nutella.
At Richard and Eileen's,
There's a few little issues that we need to have a look at. I put my combat gloves on.
it's troubleshooting time again.
You've got the shower chair, which lots of people would have an issue with that.
Okay.
And Lottie and Pete celebrate 3 years in Spain.
Yeah.
You look beautiful.
Wow.
We really love it here,
Yeah,
so we'd like to stay here for forever.
But will a bothersome B&B renovation scupper their dream life in the sun?
It's getting to the kind of
Squeaky bum time.
money is getting tighter and tighter